play. Players are now at the point where they're saying, I'm going to play 50 games.
And owners can't see shit.
And you're going to pay me for 82.
That is unfreaking believable, Scotty.
Fans are students of the game. They know the game. And so you seeing players over there that you work hard all week to earn money and to bring your family out for a family evening, and now they got sitting over there in sweats. That's not even a team uniform. Really? Is this what I save my $800 for? To come see this guy stand on the sideline?
Yeah.
The players are a lot more sensitive. They don't want any reaction with the fans. They don't want the fans having any type of camaraderie with them at all. They have separated themselves. It's the players and it's the fans. And if you say something to me, it better be fucking nice, or I'm going to have you removed from the arena.
How do you feel about that?
I think it's bad. I think it's bad that players cannot take criticism. You can.
All right, the questions are in the pinned comments in the chat. So people out there watching, if you got your thoughts on this, let's go. We want to hear your thoughts. So we're gonna start with King this time, my man. We started with everybody else. We're gonna switch up to you, my brother. So the question that we pose today is: are pro athletes spoiled now, and why or why not?
Hell yeah, they spoiled, man. Hell motherfucking yeah. They spoiled because, let me tell you why they spoiled. Let me tell you why they spoiled. God damn it. Nah, they spoiled. Nah, I think it's spoiled is a good word to use, I guess, but I wish I could have a different word. But I think the way that they come up, man, from rearing, from the household, the way that they are really catered to, because a lot of these kids are like, you know, they're being ushered into this engine of what do you call it? AAU, basketball, high school, college.
Yeah. NILs too.
Mm-hmm. Am I breaking up?
No, you good.
Oh, in the combine and stuff like that, and now they got the NIL stuff, to where some of these generations that we're seeing right now, they got the NIL money, they got the money, they're here to play basketball. And when they play basketball, they're using the PS5, and it's their own world. You individualize. You in your own little zone. And so now it's like you got the money, you come into play, and the fan is being left out, like they saying, because really the player don't really got to worry about the fan, because they there to play ball. Because the minute they interact on some negative stuff, they gonna get fined. So like, if I can't interact negatively, then I'm not gonna interact positively. I'm not gonna do nothing, so I don't get in trouble at all. I'm gonna be sterile, and that's what we're really seeing. And because I don't want to make it seem like these brothers may not have any emotions or may not have no love for the game or the fans, but it just seems like a little bit I can see in the generational sense that a lot of these newer guys have been babied and coddled, and then a little bit is because there's a lot of money that they've already seen. They ain't got to really worry about nothing, so they just isolate. They trying to be safe. They just like, hey, I just want to be safe. I don't want no lawsuit. I don't want nothing going on. I need to make the money I'm making. Boom. But that stuff where you talk about the players playing 50 games instead of 82, that's wild, and that goes along with my homeboy's theory about the point shaving, because every time we watch the game, it's 20 points apart, and then all of a sudden, fourth quarter, it's tied up. So I don't know. But anyway, I land my plane right there. That's a whole another story with that end part.
Gotcha.
I land my plane right there.
All right, Noah, I'm going to kind of switch it up a little bit. Same question, though, but I'm going to add some layers, some context to it. So first question is, of course, do you think do you think pro athletes are spoiled now? And also, what do you think do you think it can be fixed? That the mentality. That's the second part to the question, though. So you can answer the first one first. So the first one is, do you think they're spoiled?
I do think they spoiled. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
I do. In a way that comes with the evolution of the game, and that's any of them, because the money that's being made in these athletic pursuits is bigger than it's ever been. With the kids that were getting paid now, on what Scotty and them was getting paid. And so
But,
like
but isn't it safe to say that it was the equivalent to that though? It was still equivalent. Yeah, yes, it was. I mean, oh my God. Okay, hold on.
I don't know.
Hold on, bro.
What he was.
All I'm saying is, bro, they might have been getting paid significantly less, but minimum wage was fucking $3 too. Like, come on, bro. Gas was 70, 60 cents.
It's level.
You gotta count inflation, brother.
In the early 80s, yes.
In the early 80s,
that's all I'm saying.
But not the 90 after 95.
Yeah.
That's when it started going.
Which is true, but my point in case is that even in the 90s, those players didn't act spoiled. They played hurt and everything.
They was hungry. They couldn't.
Yeah,
exactly. They was playing for
No, I'm not saying the reasons, but I'm just saying, but they still had big contracts too. They were getting paid more than previous players, but they still had the hunger.
Well, they had a different home training too. It was a different
okay, understood. Yeah, I got you. Understood, yo.
And so on the second part of the question, I think it can be fixed, but it's on the. I feel like that onus is on the leagues themselves. Like when you come into the NBA, you need training. Like this is your job. Your job is not just to play basketball. Your job is to interact with the fans who bring the money in so that we can keep these big paychecks coming.
I've been around them programs and they do have that program. I've been around them big programs. They do got that. Them niggas don't pay attention that much. They don't give a shit. They just going to classes to go to so they don't get in trouble. Don't give a shit.
So like the leagues actually allow them to get away with the behavior. Like there was a time where it's like, now all y'all gonna show up in suits, and they enforced it, and everybody showed up in suits. They had to change that, but like the league is gonna have to step in on that, and also the feeder patterns leading up to professional sports for it to actually change. Like that stuff gonna have to start when folks are young kids. Like they're gonna have to get the message out to Little League, to AAU, to Little League, to Pop Warner. Like there's a professionalism that comes with being a professional athlete, and these are the standards. It's not just about balling out and flexing on camera. Like that's where it is right now, but they can change that. But it's gonna have to go from the bottom up.
But look what we promote. But look what we promote when we go watch the Snoop Dogg football movie that he came out with. Look at that movie. I mean, I wouldn't want my kid around no team like that, cursing like that. These are kids, so it's starting right there. The arrogance is starting there. So I just had to throw it in there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna have to start there. Like to change it, the reform is gonna have to go all the way down to that level. I think it's possible. A lot of stuff is possible when we got the will to do it. I don't know if any of these leagues got the will to actually go all the way down to the bottom and get the feeder patterns to start coaching these kids to be part of the business. And just a sidebar, I think about Vernon Maxwell. His story is out now, like what he was going through when he went up in the stands. The NBA should have got that dude out of there. There's levels to where you need to recognize the humanity of the players, but the players have to recognize that it is a business, not just to play ball, but to like do fan service. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I think about it.
Yeah,
you muted, Rock.
You muted.
Hey, can you hear me, Jack?
What's up,
I'll mute your mic, Jack. No, I can't hear you. Can y'all hear him?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes, sir. Yeah. How you doing, man? Oh, you good? Okay. Yeah, welcome to the show. Did you see the video first? If not, I can explain to you. Okay. So we just heard what Noah said. So Noah was basically saying, the league needs to do more to, I guess, reprimand them and maybe set a different precedent as far as business-like mindsets when it comes to the game. So I want to kind of transfer that over to you to get your thoughts. But first, answer the initial question is, do you think athletes are spoiled? And then you can go into your thoughts on that second part.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think athletes are spoiled. I think they're a little entitled now, and one that comes with the access to the finances they're getting in general. You know what I mean? Like you really start to see it come about years ago, like Magic, kind of, but then Jordan, and then LeBron and those things. But what you said as far as the business mindedness, I think around that whole Allen Iverson time frame, where they're getting the money, the checks were getting bigger, and it was just, even though it was a bad thing because they were pretty much taking our culture as far as the braids and all that, and using it against us, say, hey, you got to wear suits and things. They're doing that for a reason. Part of it, I personally think, to kind of keep it business minded, but also to say we as Black people couldn't do whatever in the league, that they owned and whatnot. But I do think now, like with the NIL deals and all these things, that money's getting so out of control. And these kids, when they're in junior high school, they already know they're going to the league. They're already getting paid. Look at the Ball brothers. You know what I mean? They've been entitled and rich their entire lives. You know what I'm saying? So I do think there does need to be some alteration, because now it's affecting the game in general, and it's also affecting what these men go out there 19, 20 years old and how they interact just in the real world. And now they got to deal with the stardom, and you can kind of see it just kind of carrying over, I personally think.
Anybody have any rebuttal to that by chance? Or
No.
if not, it's okay. Just want to, okay, gotcha. Okay, so Green. So basically the sentiment so far on the panel, in a sense, is that the NBA has to kind of do more reprimanding, so to speak. Let me throw a bone in it. If you have to choose which has made athletes more spoiled, would you say it's the NBA allowing it, or just the fact that most of these athletes are now coming up out of single parent homes, which is starting to give them a feminist minded sense of entitlement, right? Because women naturally are born with that. You know what I mean? They're taught to be that. They're taught to act like that. They're taught that, hey, you're beautiful from the jump. You're all that. You are to be searched for or whatnot. Do you think a nice amount of that has leaked into the mentality of these younger players now that are coming into the league, and now maybe they're antagonizing the NBA with that mindset?
It's a different realm now because these are younger cats. They're not raised like the older cats, so they on a different level. And yes, it could be because most of them are raised in a single mother home. You know what I'm saying? No father figure involved or anything like that. Or either the mother won't let the father figure even be involved because they thinking that they out for something or want something or something like that. It could be any situation in that manner. As far as them being spoiled, I can say some are spoiled. Not all, but in all, like, NFL, in NBA, yes, you know. But as you notice, the guy that worked for that played for the Texans, he was offered a deal to get, transferred to another team, and he did not take that deal, you know what I'm saying, based off his loyalty to the team. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different, scenario when it comes down to that. Some of them are spoiled, yeah, some of them are spoiled, some of them are doing whatever they want to do, some of them are doing drugs. I got a family member that was a part of a team, and he did some stuff that was outrageous. And I don't want to bring that much up, but he did some stuff that was outrageous, and he ended up going back to the team, and they let him back, and he served time and did all this stuff and did what he had to do to get back in. But he wasn't a part of a single mother family either, so he had his father and his mother involved. But it could be different scenarios when it comes down to that. You know what I'm saying?
But
Well,
the
I think,
That makes sense.
okay.
I think that part, Green, come down to like a little bit maybe culture, like the culture of what's in basketball at this point, to where you could come up in a double parent home, a good home, whatever.
Yeah,
So
still be spoiled.
and still want to be like the other guys that's around. You know what I'm saying? We see that all the time.
Exactly.
So I on that end part you said.
Yeah, and I was just gonna allude to that point, right? Because, and not to throw the subject off, but man, when I knew we were possibly cooked when I started seeing niggas out of Missouri City wanting to be thugs. That was weird to me to watch that. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Everybody out here is middle class black people. What the fuck going on, Doc? What the fuck going on?
Hey,
How the fuck you come out of Missouri City? You're not here. No, they have no. Stop.
Got a hood.
What? He's not. Is he not listening, King? No, stop, King. Stop, King. I grew up. Stop, King. Stop, King. My mom. Listen. I mean, stop, Green. Green. No, Green. Stop. Not you. I mean, Green.
Yeah,
Missouri City. I know, right? Green. Stop it, bro. When I lived in Missouri City, it was not a fucking hood in there.
What part of Missouri City did you live in? Though?
No part of Missouri City was a hood when I was living there, bro. No, don't do that. That's not true, bro.
Tell us what part, bro.
The whole fucking Missouri City, nigga. That's it.
Hey, most city does.
Oh my god. Yeah, no. We gotta stay with the facts now. We don't want to dilute the conversation. No, bro.
Okay, come on, get back to
it. No. I'm just saying. But
real, you know it's a hood in every hood in Houston.
No, it's not. Stop it. Stop it.
Because people move from
you're diluting the conversation, bro. No, there you go. Say that. It did not start off as a
hood.
Why you moving the goalpost? Now we having a whole conversation about what used to be a hood.
I'm sorry.
What the fuck? This nigga is crazy.
Northborough used to be nice. It used to be a white neighborhood.
But that's not the conversation. My point is that I was just all I'm saying. You take it. I'm using a piece of what I said.
Your point.
Look.
That's it.
Right.
My point is, if niggas are growing up in high-end areas where there's fucking low crime, daddy a doctor, mama a lawyer, and these niggas still are getting caught up wanting to be a part of thug culture.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so I'm agreeing with you. I was just using a piece of that story to be like, yeah, again, to allude to what you said and what King agreed to, it's not just, we can't just put it all on single mama syndrome. It's just the culture is a part of the problem.
Two things.
Hey, the shit funny, but the shit ain't funny. I'm gonna use rock quote.
Two things. Totally agree with Jay. The money is behind it, and Leo. I think he's in the comments. Leo.
Yeah, that's my homeboy. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, what did Leo say? I was on it. It's in the comments. Man, dang.
Hey, check him out. That's my homeboy.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you brought up the balls, it's like but they did work hard. They do gotta.
Yeah, they're exempt from this.
That's a father in that story. You know.
Yeah. I don't think they arrogant. I think they just confident. It's a difference. They worked hard for it. Yeah.
Can I add a little point?
Now, yes, sir. Go ahead. No, go ahead, my boy.
Like you're saying, the single parent household, mainly the mother, right? Yeah. I think, especially as it's going on with all the money coming in, I think there are a lot more fathers being involved in these kids also. As you look at time going, a lot of them have either their father or father figure like an uncle as a lot of them are like their managers and whatnot. You know, exactly. If you really look at so much stuff has changed since like LeBron came along, and you know, I think it's a good thing. It is helping now a large amount of them who don't get all that exposure and things. Yes, they probably do come from a single mother household or something like that, but like the bigger ones who are more notable, you starting to notice a lot of them are having a male figure around them way more than you ever did before. You know what I mean? So
gotcha. And I agree with that, but man, ain't nothing like a father being in that house though, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, and to add to what Green said, I wanna piggyback on what Green said as well, because I think that's important to hear, because you know, there are some stats about us as far as our issues as a people that is true, and we just can't deny it. And sometimes some of our people love to deny that. So I gotta give credit to what he said as well. This is not the mentality of the majority of the black pro athletes. That is a fact. Most of them are, you know, they humble. They're not rah. Not everybody is these outlandish players, these Stephon Diggs and shit. That's a
Yeah.
minority. So I
Most
gotta
of them
give
have
them that.
loyalty. Yeah, most of them have that
Yeah,
loyalty.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
yeah. So we got.
I want to throw this in there. Listen to a bunch of them ball players who are from our generation. I think we around in the same age.
Yeah.
The lack of veterans in the locker room is part, like having elders in the same game who
Right.
have lived a life to like kind of help guide them is part of the problem as well. Like
That's
having
true.
such a young league is like young people leading young people, and they don't have those elders in the game to help kind of guide them. And so,
Mm-hmm.
like incorporating more vets into the process as more veterans become coaches, getting on coaching staffs becoming part of the organizations. I think that might help that might help. But that NIL, like I think they're gonna have to rein that in pretty soon and like bring some real structure to it. That NIL is gonna have folk wilding out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Noah, I agree with you. You are right, but I gotta say this right. So one of my clients is an NBA team assistant basketball coach, right? And so we talk a lot. I train them. They do have that. It exists. They're there. They are there. So I just want to let you know that, brother. This is from the right connect. He's an assistant coach for NBA team. They do have that, and they actually have a lot of it. But again, it goes back to what you what y'all sentiments early. Sometimes, man, all that money, fame, nice cars, and all that woman getting at you, man, them niggas can be deaf to what you talking about, dog.
That's a question
Oh
too.
yeah,
So,
you just
so
gave
the
me
veteran
$80
play, right?
Hey, them niggas, them pro athletes be like goddamn me. What's the name of the Temptation? You ain't talking about me.
And can I add to that too? I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead, my
So,
brother.
your name's Noah, right? Okay, yeah, Noah. So you brought
Yes,
up the
sir.
veterans in the locker room, right? But the thing was, back in the day, the thing that the veterans had that they don't have now is they had the time in, and to me, like I said, I think the pay has a lot to do with it. The veteran can't tell these kids nothing because the kids are coming in making 5 times what these veterans done work 15 years to get to already. You know what I mean? So yeah, you have experience, but right away they don't want to win. They're getting the money. It's going to take them to be 5, 6, 17 years in. Now they want to win. But now they're the veterans. So that kind of it's like it's almost like a arrested development mentally that they have.
Oh,
You know what I
definitely.
mean?
Definitely. Oh yeah, for sure. And that's a cross the culture thing.
Yeah.
It's not just pro
There you
athletes.
go.
Like listening to my people who are hiring folk coming out of school. Listen to my people who are teaching. It's like hard to get through because it's not being reinforced at home. It's across the culture. So it's a
Yeah.
big issue. And what you asked me earlier, Rocky, on how to fix it, like all these little things are gonna have to come into play in order to turn the ship around. But it's a big ship, and they have to deal with the changes in the cultural seas that we're dealing with. So
I think. No, go ahead. My bad. Yeah,
I'm just saying
Mhm.
it's just it's a big deal. Like it's across the culture, and they're gonna have to like address every step of it.
Yeah, I think they do. I think they're doing a good job. I really do. As far as that particular sector of pro sport. Again, man, I think sometimes we forget just how powerful the frequency of our culture has become to us. It's poisonous and it's heavy, bro. It is heavy, man. Yeah, and again, to Big Green's defense, it's not a lot of them. I mean, when you really look at it, the pro athletes from the whole board across the whole boards, most of those guys are doing pretty good. You're not hearing about them in trouble in the news,
Yeah.
stuff like that. You know what I mean? You got to think about it. It's 52. It's 52 people on a football team. Maybe
Yeah.
what 5 of them per team is fucking up, and
Yeah.
that's a good number. That's fair. That's fair.
But you know what though? If you notice, they're gonna put out the bad before the good anyway. they're not gonna tell you what they're doing good all the time. You know, they're gonna put out that bad seed. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
Either
think
way it
that's
goes.
more. I think that's more. We don't pay attention to the good.
That's what I'm saying. And they're gonna
Yeah,
pump that up. They're gonna pump that up more because people
yeah,
want to see
yeah.
controversy either way it goes.
Exactly. And so that's at that point. That's where it's a people issue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we
it's a
don't
people
we don't
issue.
want to. Yeah, we don't want to. Like, for example, I was telling a friend of mine, and I told King that the different sections of my show, the different segments, because I cut in a different type of clips, right? And so you want to know what's the segment of my show that get the least views? The flowers.
The flowers. I was just about to say that. And how many of you
Not,
guys actually
not,
heard about that Texans player that turned down that deal? Have you guys
I
ever heard?
don't. I
Have
don't
you
watch
heard
sports
about it?
no more. So I don't watch sports
That's
no
what I'm
more.
saying.
No.
I heard about it, but a lot of people haven't heard about the Texans player that turned down that deal during playoff, right before
Yeah.
playoff season. He turned down a major deal to leave the Texans in the
Yeah.
middle of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So
Yeah.
hey man, look it up. Look it up. It's
yeah.
recent too.
The guy at our guy in New York, he's a point guard with the Knicks.
Yeah.
Like they offered him a max, and he turned it down so that his teammates, so they could spread the money around, so they could actually go for a championship.
Yeah. Same
Like
Yeah.
scenario.
he's a
Yeah.
young
Yeah.
guy.
He a stupid motherfucker, but we're gonna go to the next subject.
Well,
Let's
nah,
get
he-
it.
Yeah,
he-
Mute your
he-
nigga.
mic.
You a stupid motherfucker,
He
nigga.
doing
I
it for
wish
the
I
team,
would.
man.
I wouldn't. You got
Doing
me
it for the
fucked
fucking
up.
team.
I wish I would take less pay so my coworkers can get paid more. That's y'all problem. That's a y'all got me fucked up.
It's a whole team.
Nah, I wouldn't give a fuck, nigga. Shit.
But that's
Hey,
hard.
It's
hey,
when your ass gets
Mr. Rock, we want to give you this raise, but would you take a little less so we can pay your coworker? Nigga, fuck you and that coworker, nigga. You got me
Fuck you
fucked
mean? Yo, man, come on, baby. What the hell?